Pastor, and for that comment also. And good afternoon, class. My speech is This is My Life. There's a lot I could say about this particular topic, but I'll cut it short for sake of time. But Joshua asked a question, I think it was at our first meeting. The question was, what does Jesus mean to you? And I contemplated that question ever since he asked it, because people, as I encountered people, you know, and they may have that same question to ask of me, and I need to be ready with an answer. Well, when I was a teenager, I think, in fact, I was 13, because I was ninth grader in junior high school. I got into some trouble, and I was going to be disciplined for that. My father and mother believed in not sparing the rod. But I was kind of hard-headed, and I went on and I got into this trouble, and that trouble caused me to get home late from school. So by the time I had gotten home, the trouble that I had gotten into had already reached my father. My brother and I, well, one of my brothers, the one that, you know, we hung out together, he was closer to me in age. We came home, and so my dad was waiting for us, and we knew what was going to happen. Well, he got my brother first. My brother got his whipping, and I was standing there crying because I knew I was next. So when he finished with my brother, I ran. I ran away from him. He ran after me, but I don't know how I got away from him, but I did. I ran away from home. And I hid myself in this building that we had, we as kids, we knew about this building because we had, well, my brothers had broken into it several times, stole some soda pops. I knew about it. In fact, it was right around the corner from where we lived. So I stayed there in that building. I guess the sun was going down. It was getting late. I didn't want to go home, and I was determined I wasn't going home. So I made my way out of that building, and I made my way to a friend of mine's house. A bunch of kids, just like with my house, 7 kids, you know. I think Connie's family had, I don't know, 10, 12, I don't know, it was a bunch of kids, big 2-story house. But I went to Connie's house. She was one of my best friends at the time. In fact, she got in that same trouble that I got in that evening, that day after school. She was there with me too. We fought together. Not each other, we fought together against other people. So I told her what had happened. So, and her mother was a nurse, so her mother worked at night. And so she said, well, Johnny Mae, you stay here tonight, and you know, I don't know what we're going to do in the morning, but you can stay here tonight. Well, during the course of that night, my dad had called to Connie's house because I think he had an idea that I was there, but you know, and the kids lied. You know, the ones, I think the older brother answered the phone and said, well, no, we haven't seen Johnny Mae. We haven't seen him. And again, cutting it short, that next morning, my dad showed up at the house. Connie's mother was home at the time. She had come home from work. She didn't know that I had been there, and that's what she told my dad. She wasn't trying to hide me. She didn't know I was there. Well, my dad took me home, and I got that whipping that I tried to run away from. And so what does Jesus mean to me? I ran away from him. But he found me. And he brought me home, brought me back into the fold. That's what Jesus means to me.